Hey guys, it's time for a paint party. Today I'm in more of a celebratory mood than normal because today I'm going to be working on my very first commission. We have an 8" by 8" canvas, black canvas in front of us, and this is going to be a set for a special friend. Her name is Monica of Sparkle by Monica. I will be providing her information in the description. She has her own YouTube channel. She has several of them actually, but we have become friends, and she requested to purchase this particular painting that I recently did. It has not been varnished yet, and this will be also embellished with some gold embellishments with some beads around the edges because she likes lots of sparkle, right? Because being her name, her channel is Sparkle by Monica. So we are going to be recreating another painting that she actually purchased, but then decided she wanted a set that is the same size, and the one that she had purchased was this one here, and it is larger than this one, so they would not be a set, would they? So we decided that I would recreate this flower on this smaller canvas here. So that's what we're going to do today. And it will also be embellished. Both of them will be embellished with sparkle, with some gold paint and some beads. And you will see that once that's been done. But first we need to paint and get them varnished. Because I do not think that the beads will stay by just putting them in the paint, and I think I've never done that part before, so this is going to be new, but I'm going to actually glue those on after the varnish has been put on and dried. So for now we're going to recreate the flower that was on that other painting, and hopefully it's going to be as beautiful and marvelous, if not more so, than the original. First, we're going to lay down some black real quick, because you have to have some wet paint to do this on. Even though our canvas is black, that's not good enough. You need to have wet paint in order to do this technique. You got to have some wet paint down to pour onto. So we'll do that real quick. Normally I do all that before I even turn on the camera, but since I was having to show you those other paintings first and everything, I didn't want to go ahead and do that and take a chance of touching this and getting it on another painting. So this won't take but a minute, so we'll just do this real quick. The difference between this one and the one that we are recreating, there's going to be a little difference because of the fact that this is a smaller canvas. So I'm not going to be able to pour as much paint because I want to try and keep it from going over the side. Got a little hair there. Let's torch that real quick. That didn't get all the bubbles. Let's try that again. Okay. Still see some bubbles. I don't know why that's so bubbled. It's kind of weird. I don't know that it's going to make a heck of a lot difference, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, let's put down our little cup in the middle. I'm just eyeballing it. Okay. It's pretty good. Okay, let's get started. I made this, mixed up my paints earlier and kind of let them set for a little bit before getting started. I'll give you a quick shot of the consistency. I have a lot of people asked about that, and as you can see, it's making a mound upon mound. So it is on the thick side. Try not to lean so far forward and show you the back of my head so much. This is such a small canvas. I noticed the last video when I did that last flower, my big head was in the way a lot, and I apologize for that. I don't really have a big head, but it sure does look big when you're filming a small canvas like this. I want to welcome my new subscribers. I have got a few more subscribers since my last video because I have joined a collab group, a collab challenge that we're going to be doing in March. So you will be seeing that soon. I'm excited about doing a collab. I've not done that so far. That's not something I've done previously. And maybe because I'm relatively new to this. I've been doing it almost a year. But people who have been doing this for longer are not always receptive to doing collabs with someone they don't think is at their level. And the people in this collab group are all relatively new to this and have new YouTube groups, YouTube channels, or some of the people actually do not have YouTube. They have Facebook groups or Instagram. Colors will be provided in the description. These colors are the color of Monica's brand for Sparkle by Monica. So that's why she wanted these colors. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn the little cup. And pour a little more of this time. Because the bright pink is her favorite. I'm turning my canvas frequently because that seemed to make a big difference the last time when I had to do 3 separate pours before I got it what I was looking for. A good flower that I really liked. And hopefully we're not going to have to do 3 times today. I don't think I've ever done 3 times, not in a long time. So I was real surprised about that. But luckily it turned out so perfect the 3rd time that I didn't let it bother me. Last little bit of paint. Okay, I'm going to take the cup off. The flower is a little farther over this way, it looks like. I'm going to try and center it a little bit more. There we go. Okay, looks good. Now I'm going to use a napkin this time instead of paper towel, because the last time, the third time charm seemed to be related to switching from paper towels to a napkin. So we're going to do that real quick because my paint is starting to run over. Okay. Put it over half. And stretch it out. Tap it a little bit. Okay. Let's bring up our corners. Now bring up the middle part in between the corners. Gather it together here in the middle. Now we're going to slowly there we go. Now we're going to give it a few minutes. It sure did take an awful lot of paint off the canvas. My first impression is to say, oh my God, no, it's not going to work. But we're going to give it a minute. it really did take a lot of paint off the canvas. And that is the reason why after these two, after this set is done, I do not plan to do any more 8-inch ones. It is recommended that you start smaller when you're, you know, smaller size canvases when you are learning this technique, but because it you need to get it down before you start doing bigger ones. But once you do, you don't want, you enjoy the fact that you have more space and you don't have to be so careful, or well, you always have to be careful with how much paint you're putting down, but it's just easier when you have more space. It's not running over the edge so quickly on you. I'm going to give it a little torch. The reason why I would have an issue anyway with it is the fact that the other one, the one that is the other piece in the set, does cover most of the canvas. It actually ran over on one side because this will continue to move before it dries. This will expand more. But as you can see on this one, this is, you know, covering most of the canvas, and it did go over a little bit over there. I usually mess with that and try to, you know, keep it from going over, and when it does, I'll scrape it off and repaint over it and everything, but I didn't do it this time because it's fine. It's not a big deal. But for this to be a set, we want them to be relatively close to the same size. And right now, this is looking a lot smaller than this one. Since I don't have more 8-inch canvases, I have to make a decision right now on whether I'm going to redo this or not. There's not a choice. I don't have the option of, well, if she doesn't like this one and it doesn't expand enough and, you know, whatever, I'll just redo another one on another canvas. But I would actually have to purchase another 8x8 black to do that. I'm putting them side by side here to try and make that decision. Don't know. I'm going to see what you're all seeing in the camera. See if you're able to even get an idea. Yeah, you can see it pretty good. And that actually, looking at it through the camera, actually helps me in determining. I think I'm going to stick with it because it is pretty. It's turned out, you know, okay. It's not exactly the same as this one by any means. It doesn't have as much cells in it, and the reason for that is probably the paints that are involved. This light pink, I've noticed, doesn't do cells too well, even though it is an Amsterdam paint. But this is pretty. I think it is pretty. It doesn't show a lot of the bright pink at this point, but that could come out more. It's showing actually more than it was in the original painting. I'm going to give you all a close-up of it. We are going to stick with this one. As you see, it is getting bigger than it was, and it will. That's how they do. That paint is moving. But we do have some good lacing around the edges here. This part is, I like, this is my favorite part, I believe. It's really pretty. But it's got a lot of wispiness to it, and I think that Monica will be pleased. I hope so. We have a lot of the dark pink here, which is Reflex Rose. No, actually, no. This is Primary Magenta. Really pretty. And anyone who does this technique knows that every single flower is unique. You can't duplicate something exactly. It's impossible. But I think this turned out pretty. I hope you like it too. Please give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment. Ask any questions. Be sure to check out Sparkle by Monica. I'm going to, as I said earlier, I'll put her information in the description box, and you can go check out her channel. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'm hoping that things are on a roll, and things have improved as far as I'm getting some more subscribers, so I'm hoping that that trend continues. I'm working hard updating my Etsy listings with a mock-up app, so that should make a difference also with getting more attention to my paintings. And I'm also considering doing some prints. I'm looking into that, so I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of excited about how things are going with my painting these days. I hope that you guys will have a good day or good evening, whatever it may be, when you are watching this. And I will see you soon for another paint party or another showcase, because I'm getting several paintings finished and listing them in my Etsy shop. So be sure to check on me soon. If you don't have your notifications on, you might miss out. So make sure you've tapped the little bell so you know when I've got a new video out. So y'all have a good one, and I will see you soon. Bye.